Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Last segment we saw the short vowel sounds and the rules pertaining to it. This segment we are going to see about the long vowel sounds and the magic E rule. One thing I would like you to remember is, apart from all the other things, is that spelling cannot just remain an oral activity. All spelling activity must end up in writing. So, any learning that you can do orally any number of times, but please see to it that the child writes the word and writes it correctly, so that he has internalized the rules. So, now getting into the rules and the long vowels, magic E is something that you have seen before. I have introduced the concept of magic E to you before, and where the E remains silent, but the vowel in front of it says its own name. For instance, in the word cut, cut is a short vowel sound, cute becomes long vowel, hid becomes hide, cap becomes cape, and not becomes note. In each of these words, the E is silent, but the vowel says its own name. So, magic E rule is a very important rule, and every SLD child must internalize this rule, so that he can find spelling easy, because here the E is there, but it is silent. Long vowels. Having done the short vowels, the next place where we go into is your long vowel sounds. Long vowel, as its name suggests, where the vowel is pronounced long and it says its own name. For instance, in the vowel U is pronounced as U, it is saying its own name, and hence the vowel U, when it is heard as U, is a long vowel sound. Now, how do we get this long vowel sound? So, we have, when two vowels go walking, the first vowel does the talking, E, because E is at the beginning and A is following. EA says E, which is the long vowel sound. E is also the name of its own. So, the name of the vowel is E and the sound it makes is E. So, the long vowels are broken up into A, E, I, O, U. Let us look into each one of them individually. So, the long vowel A, when you have the A sound coming in the middle of a word, then it is written with AI. When the A sound comes at the end of the word, it is written as AY. We also have the magic E, that is A plus E, and that also says A sound. Now, this A plus E, the plus indicates a consonant that is coming in between the two vowels. Now, AI, I said, comes in the middle of a word. For instance, rain, pain, gain, made, pale. If you notice, the A sound, A and I are written together, but the vowel sound that you can hear is A, so it is a long vowel sound. When A comes at the end of the word, like in the word day, relay, then A says A, long vowel. Tell me a word that means a light that comes from the sun. Ray. Very good. We can also have something in which you can serve your coffee and tea. That would be your tray. And this is how you are going to teach and elicit the words from the students. right? Lake is your magic E vowel, long A sound. L-A-K-E. The E is silent. There has to be a consonant in front of the E. So, lake, take, pale, name, safe. These are all words with A sound, that is your long A vowel sounds. Now, we have some exceptions. You have words like neigh, the horse's neigh, and the sleigh that you use in snow. Both have A sound, but it is written as E-I and not A-I. I would suggest again that you use a different color for E-I and teach these words as word family. One thing to remember when you are using colors, please be consistent in the use of your colors. If you are going to have AI in one color, then all AIs must remain in that color as long as you are teaching that rule. So, all the AI that comes in the medial position would be in one color. That is your long A sound. When we are teaching the SLD students, my suggestion would be not to teach the vowel E immediately after A, because it is very similar in the sounds. I would suggest you teach E at the last. But for you, today I am going to do vowel E right after the vowel A. So, let us look at long vowel E. When you have E in the medial position, that is in the middle of the word, we are going to write it as EE or EA. Both say E, both come in the middle of the word. So, how would the child differentiate? How would he know that week is W-E-E-K when you are talking about the weeks of the month, and W-E-A-K when you are talking about the strength of the child? What we would do is again use colors to denote the difference in EA and EE, and I would teach EE words as a word family and EA words as a word family. So, let us look at some words that have E in the EE combination. You have words like see, I see with my eyes, week, read, meet, I meet my friends, been. It would be helpful for the SLD child if you can use these words not just in isolation, but also in context. So, give them the words and give them the meaning and use it in context, so that the child gets into the habit of using these words in sentences. EA words coming in the middle, meat as in meat that you eat, see, the sea, South China Sea, the read that you read a book, and of course, bean, which is green and is a vegetable. We have also the magic E, the E plus E group of words. Now, this magic E plus E, very few will be in single syllable. Most of it will be the end syllable of the word, like in words like complete, deplete, concrete, delete. One word we have which is a single syllable word, which is Pete, and which is a short form for the name Peter, but those are rare. Commonly, words would be words that come as 2 syllables or more, and you will find that the magic E syllable comes at the end of the word. Another phenomenon that we are noticing, especially now we have started seeing the long vowel sound, is the concept called homophones. What are homophones? Homophones are words that sound the same, but have different meanings and different spellings. For instance, we have a lot of homophones in EE and EA, which you can see straight away in the slide. Meat and meat, both sound the same, but one has two E's and the other one has EA. How do we help the child differentiate between both these words? Activities that we can do to differentiate. Homophones are best taught in context, and teaching them by writing them in sentences is the best way to teach SLD children. Let us see the homophones of long E vowel sounds. We have seen meet and meet. This is to meet your friends and this is the meat that you eat. So, let us see if we can use it in a sentence and make it sensible for the child. We will meet today and eat meat for dinner. The child has been introduced to the two different meanings of meat. After this, I am going to give sentences for the child and make him choose the word that should go into the blank. So, what am I doing here? I am giving him closure exercises. So, my sentence will be Ram and I will. Now, the child has to choose, is it meat or is it meat at school. Since you have given him the meaning and you have given him the visual clue, the closure exercise becomes easy for the child and he is going to write and say, yes, Ram and I will meet at school. These are good exercises for teaching homophones. Please give them the meaning, give them the context, give them the visual clues and make them fill in the blanks or do the visual closure exercises. If you see, lot of homophones will be there when you are dealing with the long vowel sounds, and my suggestion, use colors. EE will be in the same color that you have used in the word list when you have taught them word families. EA will be in the same color that you have used as word families. Give them color, give them visual clues and give them exercises to do. They will internalize the meaning of the homophones. Long E vowel sounds is definitely very difficult to master, and SLD children will find it particularly difficult. So, please use a lot of colors and give the word in context and give them a lot of practice by giving them visual exercises. Now, we have exceptions even to long E. For instance, in the word red, dead, dread and breath, we have EA which says E and not E as we had taught the child. Here, my personal favorite way of doing things is to teach EA as EA saying E words and EA saying E words. When you have EA saying E words, we will use it as a word family, but we will be careful not to use the same color combination as what we have used for the long vowel sound E, so that the child can make the difference out. So, EA saying E, for instance, dread, dead, bread and breath, word family of its own, you can teach them as an exception to the rule of EA saying E. In all these long vowel sounds, many times we find even though we say that it comes in the medial position or in the final position, it oftentimes comes in the initial position. The long E itself, EA, you have easy, that comes in the right at the very beginning, right. So, many times it can come in the beginning position as well. Let us make the SLD child aware of it, that it can come in any position of the word, but the magic E will always be at the final position. The next row, I, long vowel I. When we have IE coming at the middle or at the end, it says I. IGH also says I. And finally, we all know that Y is a half vowel, and here in the long I sound, it denotes the sound of I coming at the final position. And of course, we have our magic E, I plus E. Let us see how it goes. In the word tie, T-I-E, we have lie, pie, we have die, and we have cried, all I-E. So, one color for I-E. We also have words like sight, might, flight, fight, thigh, and tight. IGH, saying I. We have Y coming at the end of the word in words like buy, my, try, sky, and reply. Here all ends in I sound coming at the end of the word, and our magic E rule, pipe, rice, surprise, invite, and mine. All these words we can use different colors, and they all have the magic long vowel sound of I. Sound, it says its own name, right? O. Let us see what are the combination of vowels that give us the long O vowel sound. We have OA that comes in the middle position. We have OW that comes at the end of the word, and we have O plus E, which is the magic E. Another aspect to teaching spelling is the use of diacritical marks. I am going to teach you now that there are two indicators to tell you whether it is a long vowel sound or a short vowel sound. Now, in the word cat, we have the short vowel sound. So, we will indicate it with a crescent. In the word rain, AI says A, and here we will indicate it with a line on top to say that it is a long vowel sound. The crescent and the long line are your diacritical marks to indicate the shortness or the longness of the vowel sound. Now, OA, coming back to OA. OA in the middle of a word says O, like in the word boat. And here is my mark that says it is a long vowel sound. Then we have words like coat and the long vowel sound, coat. We have word like load, and the long vowel sound indicator. What do you use when you have a bath? You use a soap. Now, soap again, long O vowel sound, and we have the diacritical mark O. This is OA coming in the middle of the word. Now, OW comes at the end of the word, like for instance, in the word bow, in the word slow, you find that O here comes at the end of the word. If you want to present something to somebody, you are taking it and what are you doing? You are showing. So, show. See, OW says O at the end. Then we have the magic E. We have note. We have and I am going to indicate that here O is a long vowel sound, like in the word spoke. I am indicating that O here is a long O vowel sound. Like this, O is represented as OA, OW and O plus E, and we generate the words from the child. We can make a long list and I am going to give you 2 minutes to make this long list of O words. Can we do it right now? Final vowel that we are going to do in the long vowel sound is the vowel U, where we have UE comes in the medial position or at the end of the word. You have EW which comes at the end of the word, and of course our magic E, U plus E, plus being standing there for a consonant. So, let us look at some of the words that we use for with long U vowel sound. What do you use to stick two pictures together? We use a glue. What do you do when you have to pay somebody and you are not paying it on time? It is due. When you want to give a hint to somebody to find the right answer, you are giving him a clue. And what is the color of the sky? Favorite with the students, it is blue. And of course, we have Q. You start on Q. All these words can be taught again as a word family using color coding. EW coming at the end of the word, words like new, few, due, chew and renew all have U sound coming at the end of the word. It is denoted by EW. And the magic U, magic E with U vowel sound, we have cute, mute, confuse, amuse. All these words have got U sound. Can you pick out a homophone amongst this list? Yes, we can definitely see that. Due and due. One due means when you have not paid on time, it is due, and the other is the dew that you see early morning on the leaves on the as small droplets of water. So, we can teach them with color coding in context and using sentences to help them to internalize the meaning of the word. We have another homophone on this list, which is blue and blue. So, the boy blew the blue balloon. He blew air into the blue balloon. So, that will make it even more clearer with the meaning. The leaf was shining due to the dew in the morning. Again, the usage of the word in context will help the child to internalize the long homophones with the long vowel sounds. We have visited the long vowel sounds of A, E, I, O, U, and we have also exposed the students to various vocabularies and the spelling. Let us go in our next segment to another rule that we can use to teach the child. So, till then, bye bye.